All right, here we are, guys. I'm going to set up for a little bit more of a bombed approach. Let me just go ahead. There's only 3 minutes left on this. Just kill this real quick, just in case I win this. I do think there's a chance that I'm going to make albatross here. It's going to be a very reasonable approach. You know, this is the 5th or 6th berserker I've used. So you can see this is a very heavy setup to really be able to kind of annihilate. I could see a 15, 16 under with all these berserkers that you can use. And it's actually, in my opinion, it's giving these guys a significant advantage, being able to play the course this way. So let's just see how I can land. I'm going to try to land. Even better if you could get this with a snow globe. I'm just going to use the free ball. And you can see with where I'm aiming, hopefully it misses those trees. Looks like it does. So let's just see how this plays out. So far so good. That landed pretty much where I was trying to. Even if it rolls into the rough, I'm not necessarily deterred from this because the wind's still going to be straight. So if I can get my perfect ball, there's still a good chance for albatross here. And that's why I want to kind of take advantage of this situation, because all I need to do is hit this first fairway. And, the only thing is that it looks like I'm maybe just a little bit too much to the right, and it's tough. It's going to be even more favorable for globes because you won't have to land at that bunker height. You can land more up in here. If you can land up in here, you can land more left, which means you'll be able to you won't have to hit a hook shot to pull this off, which is ideal, which means you'll get typically a longer drive. And the more up towards like a 12, 13 wind, you can really get it up there a long way and maybe get it up to a hornet pitch, and a very likely chance that you can hold it out. But there's still a good chance that I can make it from here because the ring adjustment is going to be kind of small and the wind is straight. So I'm thinking somewhere close to 2 per ring here. You can see with what I'm doing with my ball guide, I'm just going to kind of test the fairway. It looks pretty good here. So I do think this is a very good opportunity. Perfect ball. It's going to give me a very good chance to be able to hold this. So it's just going to come down to kind of my ring adjustment here. I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of 5.5 rings here. Somewhere almost, 2-ish per ring, just a little bit under 2 per ring. If I get my perfect, there is a really good chance that I can make this. So it looks like just off to the left. So it would have lipped out if it got there. So not necessarily, just a little bit heavy. So 5.5 was just a little bit heavy on the ring adjustment. So something that I can make a mental note of. That's basically 2.25 per ring that I essentially went there. And it's very close. You can see the only difference, I actually left my ball guide there. So it actually went to where the ball guide was. So if I would have just put the ball guide through the hole and went 2.25 per ring, it would have been perfect. But nevertheless, very good opportunity, as you can see. Very favorable course for berserkers, as you can see. A lot of good opportunities with longer drives for this setup. So this is going to be a very holdable tournament, and I would expect to see, your opponents maybe being able to put up a big number. So good luck with that. Keep that in mind when deciding on where to play. It may be more advantageous to, especially depending on your skill level, moving up to master, because if you don't have those top clubs, expert is going to be very tough to win in this tournament because of those guys that can go berserker and snow globe and go epoch 6, epoch 7. They're going to be able to annihilate this setup if they can just get a couple things to drop and a couple good breaks. Similarly, it'll actually be tougher moving down the pro. It'll actually kind of bunch the guys up. The scores will not be as good because they won't be able to drive it. All these home run drives won't be quite as favorable for you to be able to get it up to all those spots. So do keep that in mind. Good luck, and take care, guys.